right, hello. So this one I want to call phone tag, but I just want to talk about. It's just an anecdote. So anyway, I was speaking to a city council member, and I kind of gave my spiel, my shtick over the internet, and I gave my number and all that. Anyway, what happened was then late at night, past business hours, like around 6:30. It's like okay. Um, I get a phone call which I missed. Then I called back. I made the mistake of saying I'll have my phone by me, uh, even though I had plans later. And because in my head I was thinking, oh, I have my phone next to me. You're gonna call me back within like 20 minutes. That's my thought process. Is you miss a call, give the person a couple minutes to kind of finish doing their thing or whatever. Anyway, I get a phone call an hour later after that, and I missed it. And so, anyway, it became this phone tag thing, this back and forth. And so finally, I sent a message and I said, "Are you able to talk tomorrow?" Which would have been a Saturday, at 10 a.m. And I got nothing. And then I did a follow up later in the week during the business week, and I said, I basically explained that I'm the kind of person that, you know, if you give me a scheduled time, I can do that. But, obviously, if you just call randomly, there are chances I'm going to miss it, and, we'll be doing this phone tag thing. So the reason why I tell you this story is just because these are like little frustrations that I have to deal with where, I could get into my head and just be like, oh my God, like this guy might expect me to be uh, on my toes, like have the phone attached to me like 24/7 or something like that. Or he could be totally cool and just he's super busy, whatever the cause is. But like what gets me is that we live in this time frame right now. Check today's date for the time frame that I'm talking about. And this day and age, communication is really crazy right now. Like people are just absorbing things very oddly, and things are harder than they have to be. I personally like to solve the issue. Hey, let's meet at this time, or let's schedule this time to talk. That way, there's no, misconception or like a misinterpretation or something. It's just do this time frame. um, so anyway, it just makes things harder than it has to be. So my story for this is just don't make it harder. Like after you get a few phone tags in, you realize we're not being able to talk to each other, then let's schedule a time and relieve ourselves of this and get it over with. Another story I want to tell you just happened to me, and I found it really interesting because it goes along communication also. A friend posted a picture of a person, really squinting at their computer monitor, and the caption read, "Me Googling the phone number instead of just answering the phone," which I figure we all do, right? Why would we want to answer a phone number we don't know? So I just replied in the comments, hey, they could leave a message, right? Exclamation marks, trying to make it exciting. And I get this message back, it's a funny meme if you don't think too much about it, okay? And I'm like what the heck? So I responded back, I'm like, this wasn't an attack. I just wanted, I was trying to add to the comedy, but I understand, sorry. Something along those lines. And I'm just going, God, this is how bad communication is. And so I'm going to attach a link called How to Read a Text Message. And that's another YouTube I made. And I highly recommend you watch that because it's just everything's about communication right now and how hard we make it. If you just stop like reading a written thing as a negative and read it as, oh, this person's, trying to be they're not trying to be negative, they're positive. Life's a lot better and a lot less stressful, and there's not, all this chaos of like, oh. So anyway, those were kind of three things I wanted to bring up in this kind of, what do you call it, motif of, communication. So anyway, thank you.